Are you struggling to keep up with your DMARC compliance across multiple domains and providers? Between manual changes, different provider interfaces, and the associated risk of errors, DMARC implementation can be a time-consuming headache. There's gotta be a better way, right? Put aside your painkillers and allow us to introduce DMARC Management, a revolutionary feature that speeds up and simplifies the entire process of DMARC implementation while also keeping it more organized for everyone involved. Check it out! Hi guys, I am Lester of DMARC Advisor and I'm back for a new video together with my friend Sheep. With DMARC implementation, there are a few things to keep in mind. First of all, you don't want to jump too harshly from one policy directly to the next. Instead, you want to gradually transition into PS Reject. This means that after publishing your first DMARC record with PS None, you still need to make an average of 4 changes per domain before you reach that final destination. As an example, your stages could look like this: quarantine 50%, quarantine, reject 50%, and finally reject. Another thing with manually updating your DMARC records is that it can take over 3 minutes per domain. When you have to maintain hundreds of domains, that's hours wasted on tedious clicks and a higher risk of making mistakes. In this video, we will demonstrate how DMARC management can save you a lot of time and help you avoid mistakes during your journey towards reject. Of course, we're not going to show it with hundreds of domains.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
After all, this video is about saving time. We made it just to give you a general idea of the amazing things that DMARC management is capable of. So, without further ado, let's get started. As always, the domain we use is dmrc20.nl. It's not yet protected as it's on PS None. This is the DMARC record, and we notice that the current DMARC record is a TXT record, or text record. DMRC20 is added to the DMARC Manager feature. First, we'll focus on DMARC presets and what they are. I go to the Presets tab, which you find here. DMARC presets are predefined DMARC records that can be quickly applied. You always have 3 standard presets available in your account: None, Quarantine, and Reject. They include the policy, plus RUA or RUA, and RUF. But you can also create your own presets, and that's what we'll do now. Let's create one with quarantine and a PCT tag of 50%. Give the preset a clear, recognizable name. Select the correct policy. Use the RUA address that the DMARC Manager provided you with. Okay, let me change this to RUA only. Add 50 here. It generates a record automatically in the correct format without unnecessary tags. Hit Create and the preset is added. There it is. When hovering over the eye icon, you can see that before you can manage your DMARC domains, you need to create a CNAME record in your DNS. The location is the same place as a DMARC text record, underscore dmarc.domain name. Only the value is different. The platform generates an own zone specifically for your domain. Now we need to connect the domain to a preset. Select the domain and the preset you want to connect it with. Click Create Change Set and the change set workflow will open. You gotta approve, commit, and the change will be completed. The full history and logging remains available under the Change Sets tab. Back in the Manager tab, you'll see that the domain is connected to the Quarantine 50% Rua only preset. We have this placeholder that was generated for your domain. We're gonna throw that into the dig tool up here. This is a nifty little tool directly at hand up here that lets you quickly perform a DNS lookup. The correct DMARC record is now indeed live, but it's not connected to your domain yet, as a CNAME in your DNS is required. So let's take that CNAME record provided by the platform and add it to our DNS. I've just published the CNAME record and now it needs a manual refresh to check whether it's done correctly. And here it shows it's all okay and that this domain is now managed. If you want to get this domain to reject, you follow the same steps as we explained earlier. So we select the desired preset, create a change set, try the type approve, commit the change, and there you go. Let's search for the DMARC record on dmrc20.nl by using our dig tool. Fill in _dmarc.domain and you'll see that it has a reject policy. When we now check the change sets, once again everything is perfectly logged, including date, time and users involved. In this case it was my dear colleague Lars, the man who is in control of the cursor on your screen and had some trouble with typing the word approve. If we now go back to the Domains tab and give it another refresh, then here you'll see that the DMARC record is a CNAME record and the green check mark indicates that it's completely managed by the platform. Great job! So that's it, you guys. Now you can make a DNS change for 200 domains in just 2 minutes, fully logged and controlled. Save time, prevent mistakes, and get back in control. Exactly, sheep. Well said. Manually changing DMARC records is a time-consuming job and sensitive to errors. DMARC management changes that. Manage all your DMARC records, even if the domains are at different DNS providers, from one central location within the platform. Saves more than 50% of the time, especially with a large domain portfolio. Supports bulk changes. DMARC Manager works with presets, preventing syntax errors. Only requires a one-time initial setup and you are ready to protect your domains. If you'd like to know more about our DMARC management, follow the links in the description. If you like my videos, please show your support and give them a thumbs up. Leave any questions or comments you may have below this video. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on new interesting features or DMARC related subjects. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.